Hello, everybody. We're live on the patio. Yeah. A nice bit of shade this morning. Buck buck. Can I get a buck buck? Buck buck. You got a buck buck for us? Buck buck. It's nice out here today, isn't it, buddy? Hi, Becky. Hi, Peter. Yeah, any buck bucks this morning? Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Jane. Yeah, no, we just thought we'd do a surprise pop-up on the patio. It's an unusual time for us to do a pop-up on a Tuesday, but hey, why not? Right, Max? Yeah. Lovely out today. It's a little cooler than it's been. It's not raining right now, but oh, Cheryl, we had so much rain this last weekend. The dry pond is just full of water. It's slowly beginning to drain, but it's going to take a few days before that drains. Just walked over and took a look at that and then thought, why not? Let's do a pop-up on the patio. I had to move the patio cushions because they are outdoor cushions and they are still soaked. We had so much rain on the weekend. They just got absolutely drenched, didn't they, Max? You look majestic. That's what Emma. Yeah, just a lovely, lovely day. What do you think? Yeah, do you see people? Yeah, I see pretty people too. They're walking past. Max loves the patio because there's so much activity happening out here. There's always people walking past and things to watch. Gets to watch it through his window as well, but it's always better when he's standing on me and outside. I'm surprised you're comfortable there, Max. I'll just take a back up here. That's how Max is currently sitting. He's got 1 foot on either knee, and he's decided that that's good. I usually put a foot up so that he has a place to perch when I'm outside, because I don't want him perching on the furniture, because we've had wild birds out here, and the wicker is really hard to sterilize. Right, Max? There's one. There's two. Is there another one, Max? It's allergy season. There's some pollen out here that my nose does not like at all. Are you still comfy there? Hey, Just a Jim. Thanks, Jane. What are we supposed to guess, Just a Jim? Ooh, Emily's got a good question. She says, what song does each bird love? Well, it varies. Right now, one of TCal's favorites is very folksy. Where Have All the Flowers Gone? That's one of my favorites right now. TCal, so that's TCal. Tico likes anything that's sort of boppy from the 50s. If I give him Yellow Polka Dot Bikini or something of that nature, he just gets a head bobbing and really enjoys himself. Max likes anything with a beat. He likes fairly fast music, right? Mango likes a variety of music. At night, Mango likes Anya. I always play some of that at night. But during the day, frequently I'll put on 70s or 80s, and he seems quite happy. Just a Jim, congratulations on being a big older brother. remind people that no trolling in the comments, please. If you troll in the comments, you will be blocked and banned. Yeah. You know, I don't know where the whole Polly want a cracker came from. You know, it's something I was taught as a kid in the 70s. You know, my dad occasionally, we'd walk past a pet store and occasionally there'd be a macaw. And it always seemed just this huge bird and what a treat and how exotic. And my father always thought the thing to do was to walk up to the bird and say in a high falsetto, "Polly, want a cracker?" And the bird would just look at us and probably was thinking something. Very few birds are named Polly. This one's named Max. And Max would actually probably prefer a grape to a cracker. Crackers are not super healthy for them. No, they're not healthy at all. Especially the ones with salt. Anything processed is not great for the birds, with the exception of pelleted diets that are specifically formulated for birds. Yeah, Raider. Max is chilling right now. Oscar asks, when did I get Max? Max is turning 31 on the 1st. Isn't that exciting? We've got a Hatchversary coming up. And I'll talk about that in a minute because we've got something really, really cool planned. But Max is turning 31 on the 1st, so only a few days away. And he has been with me since he's been 10 years young. When Max was 10, I met him. He started off being part of a loving family, and then he started misbehaving, wound up living in a basement, and he was not getting a lot of attention down there, and he discovered the only way to get attention was to scream and bite. So what was he doing when he came to see me? He was screaming, he was biting. Yeah, he's now doing really, really good. Right, Max? Yeah, it's been a lot of years. But he's pretty happy. I mean, if you would have told me 20 years ago that I'd be out walking Max with him wearing a harness, with him wearing a hoodie, sitting out on the patio with him on a bare arm, I probably would have laughed at you hysterically. Max just needed to learn that life was okay. He could trust me. There were rules. That was okay. Rules meant structure. But really building trust is the big thing. Hi, Candy. Hi, Pamela. So Max came to me, and initially he was a temporary foster. The arrangement was 1 week, 2 weeks on the outside, just to give his original family a bit of a break. And he came to me right after he had attacked his previous mom. And when I say attacked, I mean her arm was just covered in bruises. That beak is pretty strong, and Max was pretty angry. And then they dropped him off. The last thing they said to me about Max was, by the way, he loves men and hates women. I sort of looked at Max and went, wow, this is not really a good fit for him. But it's only for a couple of weeks. And then they said, hey, by the way, can't have him back in the house. Can you find him a new home? Wow, how do you find a Moluccan cockatoo a new home? That's not super easy, is it, Max? No, it's not. Oh, York's got something interesting to share. York says, Polly What a Cracker comes from Robinson Crusoe, 1719, where a parrot named Polly learns to speak. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. I didn't know that. Yes, York. Max would love some French fries. But usually, if he gets fries, they are made at home and they're oven fries. Because oven fries are better than fries that are fried in a deep fryer. And we make them without salt. Right, Max? And one thing that he really likes are sweet potato fries or yam fries. Oh yeah, they can definitely break coconuts, Emily. One of Mango's favorite toys right now is a coconut shell that he likes to bang around and chew on. He's discovered that it gives him a really good beak workout. Yeah, Yorick, I just put somebody in timeout. Yeah, we don't need trolls on the line, right? Hey, Alex. Yeah, right now I'm moderating myself and trying to keep up with it. So if I miss something, please let me know. Hey, Amy. Yeah, we love to share. We love to share the babies. Max just went out for a nice little walk around and checked out the dry pond, which is pretty wet. Now we're just chilling on the patio for a little bit. We found a nice bit of shade. Those trees there are giving us some lovely, lovely shade. Cheryl, so glad that you joined us. Jane asks, how often does Max get a shower? It really depends on Max and what he wants. Sometimes he's in the mood for one, sometimes not. Sometimes he's in the mood for one and he'll just take one in his water bowl. Usually, if I notice feathers are getting matted or something, I ask if he wants one. But it's always a matter of choice for him. Yesterday, he had really sticky claws, so I popped him in the bathtub and he paddled around for a little bit. There are some times, though, I won't give him a bath or shower. In winter, if it's really cold outside, even though the house is heated, at night I won't do baths or showers. And the reason for that is because if we have a power outage or something happens, it's really hard to deal with the birds if they're wet. Odds are pretty good nothing's going to happen, but I'm always wary of that. So I'll wait until it's a little warmer out. There's a Chinook or something. Thanks, Princess. Yeah, we're having a pretty good day. See, we've got a lot of folks joining us, which is really fun. If you're new here, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, give us a follow. We appreciate each and every one of you. Yeah, Max is barking at dogs earlier. You know, hang out for a bit. If a dog walks past, Max will probably bark. And this is a common dog walking area, so just hang out for a few. Yeah, no. So, as we were saying earlier, Max turns 31 on July the 1st. Now, I'll let you in on a little secret. I don't actually know when Max's Hatchversary is. So, what I did, I knew how old he was. We know that for sure. But we don't know his Hatchversary, so we picked a date to celebrate. And I picked July 1st for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's halfway through the year. So odds are pretty good that Max is already 31. But halfway through the year means that we're probably closer to getting it right than wrong if I picked a different date. But it's also Canada Day, so it's always a stat, always a day that we can party. Yorick's got a little poem for you, Max. His name is Max. He don't fax. He like to relax. He don't like to do tax or get a bikini wax. He is Max. Yeah, Max. I know you don't like doing taxes, but my city property taxes are due. Do you think you could pay them for me? Max is thinking, forget that. I'll shred them for you. Oh, big scritchy under the wing. Okay. So Max is turning 31, so that's a pretty big hatch day for him. And what we're going to do for our party is we're going to have a live stream party this coming Saturday at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is our usual streaming time. Right now, if you're watching us live, right now it's 11:40 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So if you join us Saturday this time, you'll have missed 40 minutes of the party. But we're going to have a special party. And we're probably going to do something special on Canada Day, which is July 1st as well, just for Max. Right, buddy? But if you want to do something for Max's Hatchversary, I'm going to tell you about an opportunity to support some parrots that need some help. Max really has a lot of respect for the parrot rescues. And our friends over at Greta's Roost, a rescue that services southern Alberta, really need some help right now. And I'm reaching out to all of my flock to ask for some help. Even if every one of you donated a single dollar, it would make a big difference. So we've got a GoFundMe running for Greta's Roost. And it is at www.maxthemoluccan.com. It's linked in the description of most videos. I don't know if this live stream got it or not. Live streams don't always catch the details I've got set up, and when I'm setting up on a patio, it's sometimes a bit awkward to set things up. But it's also being shared regularly in our community page. So if you go back a few posts, you'll find it. But it's on our website as well. It's linked there, www.maxthemoluccan.com. And we are raising funds for our friends over at Greta's Roost. All monies go directly to Greta's Roost, and they really make a difference for rescue birds. So why Greta's Roost? Greta's is a local rescue. They do some really great work here in southern Alberta. And they're one of the rescues that are supported by our local parrot club, Calgary Parrot Club. Calgary Parrot Club used to do some rehoming and some fostering and trying to do some of the rescue work, but the Parrot Club's not really built for that. So when Greta started up to service Calgary and southern Alberta, the Parrot Club said, hey, this is great. We're going to help support you, and we're going to help pull in behind you. So they do some really, really great work. But yeah, so, oh yeah, donations from anywhere. The GoFundMe, you can donate from anywhere, and I'm going to tell you something about that GoFundMe that's really cool. If you donate, if you donate, I'm trying to guess sort of at the exchange rate right now, so I might be a little bit off, but it's pretty sizable. So right now, $3 US would be the equivalent of $5 Canadian, and the GoFundMe is all in Canadian dollars. So if you donate $5 US, that is like $8 Canadian. So it is pretty amazing. So you really can make a big difference, but even a couple of dollars makes a difference for the birds. So Greta's Roost is actually somewhere that our friend Mango almost went. When his Pips and Pops were looking to rehome him, they talked to a lot of different people, and they had a hard time figuring out where he was going to go. So they'd actually made some arrangement with Greta's. And when Max came to us, when Mango came to us, I got a call from Mango's mom. She needed an immediate, she wanted to let me know what was happening, and she said, it's got to that point. We need to do something immediately. I'm not sure. She was thinking maybe they could get him to stay with the center for a few weeks while they settled things out, but it was pretty urgent. And at the time, Greta's had another Moluccan that had just come into care. This Moluccan had actually originally gone to someone's honking, had originally gone to the Humane Society. Everybody tried to handle him at the Humane Society, who could not handle him at all, so they called up Greta's for help. And so that made a big difference, right, Max? So they had one in care already, and they do foster base. They don't have many people who can handle the big guys. And Mango was pretty upset about everything that was happening in his life. Uh, Another rescue that's not too far away from us, it actually services northern Alberta, is called Mika's. Mika's is a great rescue. They do a lot of good work, but they had a facility that was under construction, and they had an emergency construction happening for, you want to come up, Max? Come onto my arm. They had emergency construction, and they were out of their 3,000 square foot facility for a month. So they were busy trying to find places where they could, oops, I'm just going to shift that there, Max. Stand for a few minutes. They were trying to find places as far away as, anywhere in Alberta, BC, as far as Greyhaven, looking for places that they could temporarily place some of their birds while they had construction going on. And so it wasn't really a good time for parrots in Alberta. And we said, you know what? We can help. We can help. And that's really what ended up with us with Max in the first place, is because we said, yeah, you know what? We don't have any time to think about this, but we'll say yes. And I just followed my heart. Same thing with Mango. But Mango would have gone over to be with Greta's. So we think Greta's would have been able to find them a marvelous home, but the Moluccans are really hard to home. It can take years to find them a new home. Sometimes you look at Greyhaven, they've got some Moluccans that have been in care for decades. Some of them are able to find homes, but they are not easy birds to rehome. And the reason is they are a lot of work. They are expensive. Not to adopt, that's the cheap part. But when you start looking at food, formulated food, lots of fresh fruit and veggies, when you start looking at veterinary care, when you start looking at the cost of cages, when you start looking at the amount of time that you spend giving the birds attention, the amount of time you spend cleaning up after birds. I mean, if you like cleaning, this is the pet for you. If you don't like cleaning, I would highly recommend against the Moluccan. They've got a lot of powder, right, Max? And they make a big, big mess. Yeah, they take a lot of resources. But, that's one of the reasons why we do make sure that Max is online, because we know that we have a lot of people who love watching Max and following him virtually. You don't have to adopt a Moluccan. You can have a virtual pet. If you want to help support some birds, I'm going to recommend Greta's as a great place to donate. And through our GoFundMe, we're really hoping to give it a big boost here for Max's Hatchversary. And it would make us so happy to see people making some donations. If you make a donation and you leave a comment on that donation, we will read it out at Max's Hatch Party. We're going to recognize everybody who's made donations then as well. We're definitely going to make a big call out there. And yeah, but that's on GoFundMe under Max's name for Greta's Roost. But, Greta's does so much good work, and we really, really want to see people get back. So that's why we're running that GoFundMe right now. Paul, yeah. Reader asks, is Max a picky eater? A lot of cockatoos tend to be a bit selective. Absolutely, Max is. Max tends to be picky about what he eats, and sometimes he's in the mood for something and sometimes he's not. Oops, I just tangled myself. Whoa, there we go. Last Saturday's stream was a good example of that, because I got him eggies in a cone and offered him a few things. What did I offer? I offered you some carrots, and I offered you apple. He turned his beak up on both of those, and I said, okay, well, you can have those later, and I put them in his food bowl in his cage. After the stream, Max decided, hey, I'm going to go back to my cage for a bit, and what he did is he went in there, and he immediately went and started chewing up some carrot, and he said, this is delicious. So sometimes it's not that they don't want something, but they don't want it right now, or they don't want it in that location. Sometimes things are cut the wrong shape. Oh, what do you see? Yeah, are you watching people, Max? You see somebody over there? Yeah? Want to say hello? Hello? Hi. Yeah, it is awesome, Max. It is awesome. Yeah. You're doing good, buddy. You're doing good. Yeah. No, it's just so lovely out today. It's not too hot. It's not raining yet. It's supposed to rain a bit more this afternoon. And our dry pond's probably going to get a little bit more water in it. I walked over there earlier. I posted some pictures. I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. I just don't want to aim the camera at somebody else in the complex, so I'll wait until they've moved before I show you. But you can actually see that there's water in the dry pond right from here, which is kind of cool. Right, Max? Hi, Radish. Oh, no, we do not live in the countryside. We live in an urban community, but we are at the edge of the city. There's a motorcycle, buddy. So I want you to just take a look. Look at the very end of the walkway. You can see that there's a bit of green space, and if you look carefully, you'll see that there's water in that green space. That's usually a playing field, but it's a dry pond right now. It's a dry pond where it takes on stormwater, so that's why it's full of water right now. And you can see, let's see if I can zoom in a bit. Let's see here if I can zoom in. Oh yeah, I can zoom in. Oops, it's okay, Max. I know, I'm just trying to zoom. Oh yeah, there we go. Can you see the water in there? That, at the end of the walkway, that's usually all green space. But there is definitely water in there. So yeah. All right, let's just fix this. Whoa. Okay, Max, I think that's fixed. All right, but yeah. All right, Max, we're gonna sit down again, okay? Oh, the sun just moved. Oh boy, Max, the sunny moved. Oh, do you see a dog across the street? Yeah? That's right. Bark at the doggo. Let's show you the doggo. And that was the dog that Max was barking at. So yes, he does know what he's doing when he barks. He does alert to dogs, and he tells me when he's seen them. Sometimes he tells people about the news that he saw a dog when he's out for a walk. He meets somebody. It's pretty funny, right, Max? Oh, yeah. But he's pretty smart. He's pretty smart. Hi. Oops. Hi, honey. Hi, honey. Yeah, Max, you're doing pretty good. Hi, Super. Hi, Gabrielle. Reader, it's pretty easy to put on Max's harness. I usually let him pick out which harness he wants to wear. And when he picks it out, he's agreed that he's going to wear a harness. And then, then he just stands there calmly while I pop it over his head, tuck his wings in, and then do up the buckle on the back. He's used to it by now, and he just stands calmly because you know what? He knows as soon as he gets his harness on, he gets to go on a bit of an adventure. This is Max. He's a Moluccan cockatoo. Thanks to everyone who says he's pretty. His favorite fruits? Well, he quite likes apples. He likes grapes. We got some watermelon for you this week, Max. First watermelon of the season. Yeah, it's going to be so much fun to eat. A drippy mess too, but that's okay. Noob, yeah, a lot of cockatoos scream a lot. Sometimes what happens, it's behavioral. And it's sometimes a behavior that we unwittingly feed into. One thing I recommend is if you have a bird and you have some problems with them, talk to a parrot behavioralist such as Parrot SOS. Parrot SOS is run by a really smart woman by the name of Robin. She is one of the top parrot behavioralists in the world, which is pretty amazing. We're really lucky that she's local, but she does consultations online. She has a lot of training courses. And one thing I really like about Robin is if you ask her about, you're having problems with your bird, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, what's the one most important thing you should do? Though I'm going to give you her little secret here. The one most important thing you should do is listen to your bird. I know, listen to them. How do you do that? They're not making any sense and you don't know what they want. Well, that's quite often the case. It's a situation that, we don't know how to communicate with our birds. We don't understand what they're trying to tell us, and they get frustrated. Most bites happen because the bird is frustrated trying to communicate and we're just not listening. Right, Max? So listening and communication is really important. And Robin really helps look at situations and help fix the trust. She helps you build up trust with the bird. She helps you learn how to listen to the bird and how to communicate with the bird because, face it, birds are not mammals. They communicate differently. Max, what I found with Max, and this is really counterintuitive, but our relationship really started going good the day I started treating Max like he was a toddler. And I know, isn't that amazing? Max, a toddler? But yeah, as soon as I started treating him like he was a toddler, it's what he wanted. He wanted to be part of the family. He wanted to play with kids' toys. He wanted to be read kids' books. He wanted to do interactive games. And he loves it when I explain things to him. When we're walking, I'm constantly talking, hey, Max, look across the street. Is that a dog? Is there a dog across the street? No, I know. See the dog? Okay, you're going to dance for the dog. But, he likes to understand. He likes to be understood. And when we talk, he does listen. And that's actually how he's learned all of his words, is just from talking. What's wrong, Max? You're looking a little nervous. We go inside. Oh my goodness, folks. Fluff and Chops, his feathers over his beak. He tends to lift those up when he's relaxed and happy and calm. Right now, he's acting a little bit squirrely. What's going on, buddy? Why are you acting squirrely? Oh, okay. You want to go see. Let's go see. But we're going to keep the camera this way. You see somebody to show off for? Do you see somebody to show off for? Yeah? Are you going to dance for us? Dance. That's right, Max. You're such a show-off. Are you dizzy now? Did you show off? Diane, Max is a Moluccan cockatoo. So Moluccan cockatoos are also known as a salmon crested. And you can see right there is a salmon crest peeking out. He is, most Moluccans are also a peachy shade. Max is a really, really light peach. So in most lights he looks almost white. A friend Mango is much more peach colored. But different birds have slightly different skin colors, right? Or feather colors, I should say. Are you dancing? What are you doing? You see friends? Yeah? Are you having fun? Yeah, you're having fun. Max, can I get a buck, buck, buck? Buck, buck. Oh yeah, Max is showing off right now. Are you happy, Max? Yeah. If you're happy and you know it, buck, buck, buck. Can I get a buck, buck, buck? Buck, buck. Max, can I get a buck, buck, buck? We're not walking over there. No, we're not. Can I get a buck, buck, buck? Buck, buck. No bucks to give right now. Okay. Now I'm going to do, Max, I'm just going to move the cushion back over to the chair properly. I know. I'm just, bear with me for a minute, folks. There we go. Good job. Okay. I'm done sitting. Yeah, we're going to stand for a few minutes. You want to go crest up? Show me your crest, honey. You're showing off. Yeah. Mega, yes, parrots do like pepper. Birds don't actually taste capstan, which is what makes peppers taste so hot to us. So Max will happily eat a habanero pepper, whereas if I eat a habanero pepper, I'm usually not quite so happy. What do you see, Max? You happy? Are you happy and you know it? Yeah, buck, buck. Yeah. I'm going to walk around here for a minute. Yeah. Well, folks, I want to say thank you to everybody who's joined us for the live. He's excited right now. He's happy. And he's also beginning to signal me that he wants to go inside, which makes sense because it is his lunchtime. So if I'm going to take him in, I'm going to go get him lunch. I've got to let everybody go, but I want to thank you for joining us for our stream. It's been fun to hang out. Make sure you join us this weekend for Max's 31st hatch party. It's going to be an absolute blast. We've got lots of fun stuff planned. And don't forget that we've got that fundraiser that we are running for Greta's Roost in honor of Max's hatch day. Even a couple of dollars donated to it makes a huge difference. So I'm going to pop a reminder about that up after the stream in our community page here on YouTube. But you can also go to our webpage, www.maxmoluccan.com, and we've got it linked from there. But thank you, everybody. Thanks, Emily, Jane, and all of our friends for joining us. It's been fun answering all of your questions, Raider. I hope that we see more of you. Mega, some great questions too. Pamela, all of our friends joining us, which is so amazing. But yeah, thanks for joining us, everybody. One more buck. Can I get a buck? Buck. Max, you want a buck? Buck. We go in, we get a buck. No bucks to give. All right. Thanks, folks. Bye-bye. The stream.